CTV News at 5 with Tony Ryma and Rick Wyman with weather.
Good evening. Thanks so much for being with us on this Friday, February 20th. 3 people in Iroquois Falls have been arrested on drug charges as part of an investigation. Provincial police executed a search warrant at a residence in Iroquois Falls yesterday, seizing $35,000 in cocaine, cash, other drugs, and trafficking items. A 40-year-old from Iroquois Falls, along with 2 people from the London area, have been charged. All right, the snow and nasty conditions have arrived in the Northeast. How long will they last? For more details, we go to CTV's Amanda Hicks, filling in for Rick Wyman.
Thanks for that, Tony. Yes, we certainly are seeing some messy conditions out there today, but I like to think that maybe, just maybe, it brought just the right amount of luck for Team Canada today. Of course, defeating Finland in that nail-biting match to go on to go for gold this Sunday. Go Canada, go. Your first look at weather is brought to you by CAA. You can become a member at getcaa.ca. But of course, Tony, you asked me about the weather. We are going to be seeing a bit of snow throughout the weekend, but the real question will be, how cold will it get? I'll have those details coming up a bit later on, but for now, back to you.
Thanks for that, Amanda. A fiery meeting last night in Parry Sound. Dozens of parents demanded answers and accountability from the near North District School Board and the province on the long-delayed mega school build. CTV's Eric Tashner has the details.
Explain that to us.
Frustrated, angry, and downright disappointed parents demand accountability.
Families and the students of West Parry Sound deserve an apology.
There aren't any clear answers. The blame was still passed a lot.
From Education Minister Paul Calandra and the near North District School Board.
The focus for me is not dwelling with the past, it's going to the future. And I've been brought in to lead this board to bring trust and hope back.
Over the long-delayed $58 million JK to grade 12 super school, the school is 90% complete. The issue at present being exterior brickwork laid incorrectly, which needs to be redone. Calandra promising the school will be ready by September.
Judge us by what we accomplish and not by what we're saying tonight. I'm completely ready to be held accountable.
Calandra took control of the school board in December and dissolved school board trustees after a scorching provincial governance review found board dysfunction ultimately led to the building not being ready for the first day of class.
I get their anger. I get when they say that we just don't trust you.
Some students had to take online classes until a plan was in place, while others were learning in a half-demolished school. The province is in the process of hiring a new contractor after terminating the original builder. Skeptical parents don't believe there will be enough room and that class sizes will be too large, with the closure of a nearby elementary school and another school being transferred to the French board.
The growth that's happening now and in the future, I can almost see that we're going to have to build a new school in the next 5 years.
It will be big enough for 26, 27, 27, 28, and 28 to 29.
Updated enrollment numbers will be released during the budgeting process, which is expected to come out this spring. But as they were leaving, many parents say they now have more questions than answers.
They came here very unprepared. They didn't know the numbers. They didn't know the numbers that the school would fit. They didn't know the floor plan.
Calandra plans to remain in control of the board until the school is built and governance issues are rectified. Eric Tashner, CTV News, North Bay.
The U.S. Supreme Court has ruled President Donald Trump's tariffs against Canada are illegal. The ruling doesn't apply to steel tariffs already in place. In Sault Ste. Marie, Mayor Matthew Shoemaker commenting today on the ruling and whether there will be an impact on the border city.
I think that obviously the Supreme Court decision is good news, but I don't think it's going to rein in the president's desire to see tariffs across variety of sectors. The tariffs that were deemed illegal by the Supreme Court are not the tariffs that are impacting the steel plant the most. Those are the steel tariffs specifically that are impacting our major industry the most.
After the Supreme Court ruling, Trump is now looking at using an executive order to enact 10% global tariffs. The Sault Mayor remains confident that these tariffs will hurt Americans and eventually they will be reversed.
They could find another way, and that could be challenged. And when it makes its way to the Supreme Court, there's, at some point, you run out of avenues. And so if the Supreme Court determines that the president can't impose these on a whim, as he has seemingly done over the course of his term in office, he will hit a dead end eventually.
And we'll have more on the U.S. Supreme Court's ruling tonight on our 6 o'clock newscast. Nipissing Parry Sound Student Transportation Services is advising parents of possible school bus cancellations starting Monday. Drivers with Alouette bus lines are in position to strike and could be on the picket line February 23rd if a deal is not reached. According to the United Steelworkers 2020, last week drivers voted to reject the company's final offer over wage increases. Transportation Services suggests parents subscribe to the bus planner notifications for the latest updates on affected bus routes. Nearly $6 million is going to Chapleau to rehabilitate water infrastructure. Algoma Manitoulin MPP Bill Rosenberg made the announcement today on behalf of the province. The $5.7 million will help replace water mains and sanitary sewers. The full project will cost the township nearly $8 million to complete. The provincial money will cover most of the costs and marks the largest single grant in the community's history. And Wawa also getting a major boost for water infrastructure today. The community is receiving $4.7 million to construct roughly 800 meters of water main along Algoma Street and Beck Avenue. The project will also include 700 meters of sanitary sewer along the same roadways. Both projects have been funded by the Municipal Housing Infrastructure Program's Health and Safety Water Stream. It's time for a quick break. Coming up on CTV News at 5, Amanda has your full weather forecast. Right now, we're off to Elliott Lake and the Fire Tower Lookout. Wow, this live webcam is courtesy of that city, and it's 1 degree and snowing. We're back in a few minutes.
Tonight,
they made it sound like mournful event.
Born with a condition but refusing to be defined by it. How Kyle Landy is defying the odds and lifting others along the way.
This man has single-handedly helped save my life.
Tonight on CTV National News and watch on Crave.
Welcome back. Happy Friday, everyone. And as you saw before the break, the live cam in Elliott Lake. Wow, snow is just coming down across parts of the Northeast. But the good news is it won't really last very long. By the time the weekend wraps up, we'll see less than 10 centimeters of snow. We did see some milder temperatures out there today, between 2 to 3 degrees, depending on where you are. So the good news is we're going to see some mild temperatures. The bad news is it is going to get pretty cold by the time the work week starts. 5-day forecast starting with Sudbury Nickel Belt. So for tomorrow, chance of flurries, high of -4, continuing on into Sunday. By the time Monday rolls around, a chance of flurries, -13. Look at those overnight lows, -26. And it will probably feel a lot colder than that with the wind chill. By the time Tuesday rolls around, we'll see some sunny skies, at least high of -13, -17 for the low. For Sault Ste. Marie, Algoma, chance of flurries for tomorrow, high of -2. And I know the Bond Sioux, you're going to be doing the polar plunge tomorrow, so not too cold, at least for that. Chance of flurries on Sunday, high of -4, -12 on Monday with sunny skies. Chance of flurries on Tuesday, continuing on into Wednesday. For Timmins, Cochrane, Kapuskasing, sunny skies for tomorrow, high of -6. Chance of flurries on Sunday, holding on to that temperature of -6, -19 on Monday. You're definitely going to want to bundle up there with a mix of sun and cloud, and then sunny skies on Tuesday. For Temiskaming Shores, Kirkland Lake, mix of sun and cloud for tomorrow, high of -2. Chance of flurries on Sunday, clouds rolling in by Monday. Of course, that looks to be the very cold day over the next 5 days, -15, -16 on Tuesday with some sunshine. Finally, for North Bay, West Nipissing, chance of flurries for tomorrow, high of -2, -4 on Sunday. So getting a little bit colder there. Things are starting to cool off definitely. By Monday, -13, chance of flurries, sunny skies on Tuesday, high of -14. And then by Wednesday, a chance of flurries, high of -4. So Tony, we're going to see some milder conditions over the next couple days, but things are going to get cold. Back to you.
Thanks for that, Amanda. The Sudbury Food Bank is increasing efforts to divert food from ending up in city landfills. It's working with grocery stores which donate food, and community partners use it or help to distribute it. CTV's Alana Everson reports.
The Sudbury Food Bank receives food donations from grocery stores, helping to divert it from ending up in the landfill.
We have 14 grocery stores across the city right now that are diverting food waste to the food bank, and in 2025 we were able to divert over 405,000 pounds of food waste from the landfill site.
Labby says beyond food banks, excess food with a limited shelf life is being given to groups that can get it to people who need it.
We've been partnering with the Thriving African Families organization, as well as a church in the Donovan, the First Nations church. They've been coming as well. And we also extended some help to Denise Sandel and her SOS project as well, just to kind of supplement what we're able to do to help people beyond what we're doing in our daily operations with our food bank partners.
Renee Brownlee is the city's director of environmental services and says food waste diversion is vital to help with the lifespan of landfills.
In waste diversion, we do have a hierarchy, and avoiding food waste to begin with is really one of at the top of the hierarchy.
Brownlee says recent small-scale residential waste audits show 30 to 50% of what's in garbage bags is divertible.
Mostly it's organic material, so food waste and compostable paper packaging.
The Sudbury Food Bank says some of the food that can't be distributed to humans because it's far beyond its best before date is given to farmers to compost or to feed livestock. Alana Everson, CTV News, Sudbury.
Hundreds of job seekers connected with dozens of employers at a job fair today in Sudbury. We get more from CTV's Angela Gemmell.
There's a constant flow of job seekers coming through the cafeteria at Collège Boreal, and employers are just as eager to connect with them.
There's needs for employment out there. A lot of people are looking for jobs at the moment, and that's what we're here to do.
The career fair is a partnership between Employment Options and Collège Boreal, with events today at both the Sudbury and Toronto campuses. An estimated 500 people had a chance to speak to as many as 37 different employers in Sudbury. This human resource manager is actively recruiting for skilled trades positions.
I think these are a great opportunity to meet new and energetic individuals who are looking to get into the field, and we're looking to give them a shot and start their career with the Manso Group.
Most attendees came with resumes on hand to pass out to potential employers.
I would say the most important part was the connection, meeting new people, collecting their contacts, and so we can, meet in a different time.
Definitely help us to get connected to employers and learn, what companies there are. And it's great to see people here and then get connected to the employers, get inspirational, advices.
Employment Solutions says many of the vacant positions in Sudbury are connected to either mining or healthcare, but regardless of the field, there's some advice for job seekers.
A lot of it is computer generated when it goes through the process of elimination, basically. So you need to have those keywords ready and on your resume for it to go through the second stage, right? So an employer sometimes only takes up to 7 seconds to look at your resume.
Employment Options says its next career fair is Wednesday in Sturgeon Falls. This one wraps up Collège Boreal's first ever Business and Entrepreneurship Week. Angela Gemmell, CTV News, Sudbury.
She's a real lifesaver. Coming up on CTV News at 5, a Manitoulin Island man can thank a neighbor's dog for helping him in a big way.
Hockey This Week is brought to you by Rastall Nut and Bolt Company.
It's shaping up to be a busy weekend here in Sudbury for 3 local arenas.
with the House League Classic tournament hosted by the Sudbury Minor Hockey Association.
This weekend we have 125 games, approximately 55 teams representing the communities all across Northern Ontario. Communities coming from as far as Wawa, Timmins, Schumacher. We have East Nipissing, West Nipissing, so good representation all around.
We're going to try and make it to the finals there and the semis, so that's going to make it very busy.
Innes said this year's tournament is a great opportunity for team bonding while showing off the community to traveling teams.
Tournaments like this teach the kids, teamwork, positivity. There's no body contact, so there's a lot more, game, skill. It gives the kids an opportunity to just showcase and have fun. And there's a lot more smiles out here than tears, so it's always a good time to see these kids come out and play.
It's a big opportunity for us to just get to expand our skill and everything, and the kids get to experience the team bonding and everything from traveling from out of town and hanging out in the hotels and then getting to try and play all these teams.
This year's U9s, 11s, 13s, and 15s are competing for gold. But it's especially fun for the U9s getting the chance to win on a full-sized ice pad, which is igniting some competitive attitudes.
I don't know if we're going to win. Good. Yeah. Yeah, we're good. We're going to cook in the furnace. We're going to make them bacon. Like Friday. Yeah.
The tournament doesn't end until February 22nd, so there is still plenty of time for friendly competition. For Rastall's Hockey This Week, I'm Madison Marier.
Well, 2 Northern OHL teams were on the ice last night. The North Bay Battalion were in Peterborough. The troops down the Petes 5-4. Meanwhile, the Sudbury Wolves were in Saginaw. Despite an early lead by the Wolves, it wouldn't be enough to hang on. Saginaw would come back with 2 goals in the third period to take it 2-1. Tonight, the battalion continue their road trip with a stop in Kingston to take on the Frontenacs. Game time there is 7:05. Sioux Greyhounds will be at home tonight, hosting the Sarnia Sting with a 7:07 start. Meanwhile, another whopper of a game over in the NOJHL in Sudbury. The Cubs playing host to the Timmins Rock. Mason Walker with 6 assists as Sudbury takes this one 9-3. Tonight, 3 teams looking for a playoff spot are on the ice. French River heads north to face off against the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners, who currently hold on to 8th. Game time there is 7 p.m. The Powassan Voodoos are on the road taking on the Sioux Michigan Eagles. That one's a 7:30 start. And the Blind River Beavers, who are 1 point back of the Gold Miners, need a win against the Paper Kings tonight in Espanola. And the Iroquois Falls Storm, who are just 2 points back of a playoff spot, will play host to the Hearst Lumberjacks. Both those games are 7:30 starts. This was the scene at the Sudbury Arena last night as the Sudbury Five celebrated Indigenous Health Center Chigagamakwe. The Five sporting special jerseys designed by an Indigenous artist, which will be auctioned off to support the facility. It was also CTV night, where Amanda Hicks and Ian Campbell hosted 7 incredible viewers with a special VIP party courtside. The Five faced off against the Newfoundland Rogues. And the Sudbury Five go on to win this one 122-102. Well, a senior on Manitoulin Island credits a neighbor's dog for helping him after an outdoor slip and fall. CTV's Lindsay Alick has more.
89-year-old Mickey McKinney went out to move his snowblower one cold February afternoon when he slipped and fell. He says he tried to get up but couldn't.
Eventually I started getting worried. I have one of these, a helpline, but it was in my pocket and I forgot completely about it because I had a cut on this arm. That's why it was in my pocket. Anyways, to the last resort, I started yelling for help.
Rosa, the dog next door, heard McKinney yelling and alerted her owner.
She went to the door, the front door, and she barked, which was unusual. I mean, there was nobody there. And so I got my boots on and her leash, and we went outdoors. As soon as we got outside, I heard a call for help.
Gilchrist and another neighbor tried to get him back on his feet, but needed to call the ambulance for assistance. McKinney was a police officer for over 30 years and says this is the first time he's been the victim.
I brought her some cookies the next day. Yeah. She's a lifesaver. I think so anyways.
She can see people come out and she'll know who they are, because I can tell the tail's wagging, you know, if it's the neighbors over there or here. And no, I'm just totally amazed and very proud of her and shocked that she did all that and saved Mickey.
McKinney ended up with stitches on his one knee and says all things considered, the outcome could have been much worse. Lindsay Alick, CTV News, Mindamoya.
Yes, a good ending there. Polar bear plunge. When we return, Sault Ste. Marie's winter celebration is winding down. You're watching First at 5. Our first community close-up comes to us from Timmins. The local hospital foundation received a $10,000 gift from S. Vermet Insurance and Financial Limited and cooperators. The money will go toward the purchase of much-needed medical equipment. The Bonsu Winter Carnival in Sault Ste. Marie is coming to a frigid end tomorrow. Brave souls will take turns jumping into the St. Mary's River in the Polar Bear Plunge. The icy dip starts at 11 a.m. The plunge will bring an end to the 9-day event as the Sioux celebrates winter. Are you looking for something to do tomorrow in Greater Sudbury? Well, the city is inviting the community to Bell Park, where everyone can enjoy a free day of winter fun. There will be snowshoeing, demonstrations, skating, biking, sliding, and so much more. Let's go to Swastika near Kirkland Lake. Raymond Bourgeois says this is the trail that she walks on towards the bush on her property. Look at the size of the snowbanks there. Thanks so much for the picture, Raymond. And if you have any pictures, videos, or events you'd like us to showcase, you can always email them to us at communitycloseup@bellmedia.ca. And there's more news for the North coming up at 6 o'clock. For now, continue watching as we hand things over to CTV National News.